Hello and welcome to Flooring Models Kit Review Time. Today we've got Iteleri's latest release. This is the 1/48 scale Hawk T1. Now, not necessarily a brand new tooled kit, but definitely got some new markings into it. But we thought we'd have a look, because obviously we're not quite sure exactly what the detail's like in this one. One of the big things for me and what stood out about this particular releasing of it is the markings. There is some absolutely beautiful options down in here. So obviously we've got the green tail with the standard black right the way over it. We've got a little bit down on here, so you can see some really nice decals into this one. Your kit number for this one is 2813, and then there's those markings. So say some very interesting ones. We've got the green, we've got the camo down on there, and then obviously we've got the navy one, and then obviously we've got the one from Finland, which is really nice indeed. So this is a sealed kit, never been in here before. So we'll have a quick cut open of the tabs, and then hopefully we can get down in here, which we can. And again, there's our decal sheet, nice big decal sheet, lovely colour, looks very nice indeed. So we'll look at that properly. We've got the instructions down in there, and then we've got a couple of bags. So that's one of the kits down in there, and then we've got the other one just here. Very nice, bags like that, and the box. So in the instructions, Iteleri's standard low-tech approach when it comes to instructions. So sprue call-outs, as you can see just down in there. So starting off with the seat, we've got the seat system going down into this one, couple of sides going on, couple of the head boxes being put on there, and then we've got a decal which is going to make up your actual harness system, and a couple of decals for the sides of the seats as well. And obviously it's a decal down at the front here for the actual between the legs harness coming up. Decals, as you might imagine, for the side walls of the panels and everything. That's pretty straightforward. It's just a rear bulkhead down on here, and then decals making up your instrument panels right the way through. Then obviously over to the main fuselage section, so we're making up the actual tailpipe. So we've got a rear bulkhead with the actual fan on there, and then obviously the nozzle, and then down on the back we've got the tubes in there as well. So that makes up that system, and then it has to go in right now. We've got the top one as well for the exhaust on there being fitted in there, the cockpit being fitted, wheel well, and there's a little area down in here as well being fitted on as well. Those have all got to go in first. This one up here, 31A, I think that can go in afterwards. But anyway, there's that. And then obviously right the way through, so we've got the back part on there with the air scoops as well being fitted down behind the actual cockpit wall, and then down in here we've got these sections as well, just talking about the actual areas on the inside if you wanted to do the boarding ladder open or closed, but you can fit that somewhat afterwards as well. The intakes as well, which can be a little bit of a problem on this kit, so just to make sure there's no flash, there's no nasties or anything else. One of the big problems with it is, you might see it just down in here, we'll pick it out anyway, is that you've actually got a very large locating tab in it. You can sand that out, and that's normally what I've done on this kit before. Then onto the actual underside, the actual plate work being fitted down in there for the gear and all the rest of it which goes on. Then obviously we've got the actual tops of the wings being fitted onto this one. We've got like a spar bar being fitted right the way through, and we've got the parts for the flaps onto this one as well. And then over onto this side, it's just bringing it all together. So stabilisers being fitted to the back, that wing box section being fitted underneath, and then obviously we've got the fences onto the wings, we've got the lights going on there, and we've got the actual actuators for the flaps as well. All right, so that's all those being fitted on. You can do this up and down flaps, and that's one of the really nice things about this kit, and the speed brake. So it's all posable on this, and actually it does work. So it is all right on this particular kit. Then over to onto here, we've got the gear being fitted down into this one. Talks about the angles and how it fits into there as well. So that's your actual gear being fitted onto this one. Wheel wells are weighted wheels on these, which is another nice touch with the kit. There's a few exhausts and various things being fitted onto that one, as you might imagine. The nose wheel as well being fitted down onto there. Some aerials, nose light, things like that. And then doors being fitted onto it. Obviously, depending on the version you're doing, you can arm it up. It is a light attack aircraft. So we've got the Aiden gun being fitted down underneath. We've got a couple of Sidewinder, I think they're mics on there, being fitted onto it, and we've got some fuel tanks as well. So if you are thinking about doing it in that version, you can. Then it's into the canopy system, and you can have it open or closed as well. So again, another fantastic cut for this one. This is a very nice touch, which I haven't seen before, but this is a template for this mask on this side. So this is a 1:1 scale template, so you could actually just pop this in and to give you the correct curves for doing on this, which is actually really nice indeed. Again, really nice touch. But there's your marking. So you say this one down in here is with 208 Squadron, 100th anniversary one from Valley. And then we got another one from Leeming as well, which is the 95th anniversary scheme with 100 Squadron. Again, really nice on that one as well. So it's just on the spar down in there with those older colours. Really, very nice. One that I see around here all the time, to be honest, is the one from Coldrose, which is our local squadron. So this is down in here, which is the Fly Navy one. And this is the 100th anniversary one of that one as well in the black. And then a very nice one down in here, we've got the Finish. So this is the Midnight Hawks, which I had the pleasure to see a few years ago. Beautiful scheme as well with the grey, and again with the actual markings onto this one. So this is their demonstration team colours. In some ways it's really nice that we don't see the red arrows, because the red arrows one has been done to death. There's plenty of aftermarket options for down in there. So I am very much impressed with those. The decals themselves look to be very nice indeed, I have to say. Looking at these look spot on. Good, solid markings for all of those, as you can see. Some very nice options. And to be honest with you, even these ones down in here are a little bit of an upgrade from ones I've seen in the past with them in. Obviously, you could come along with a 3D printed or like photo etch real cockpit sides and instrument panels and things like that. I'm pretty sure they're available. So that would be a nice upgrade to this particular kit, because you do see a lot of detail that's down in there. But generally, very nice markings right the way through. So, in the kit itself, we've got 4 sprues in total, so or 5 with the clear parts. So up in one, as you can see just along here, pretty nice. Again, what's very nice about this kit is that you've got raised rivet detail down the back end here, which is very nice, and then it's recessed everywhere else. So again, it's one of those ones which is just following along from the real aircraft. It's got raised riveting down the back, it's got it on here. Very nice indeed. These are these intakes that we were talking about, but if you notice, you've just got these little marks in here. You can just sand them out, and then that way you get a fully intake look to it right the way through. There's a couple of little ejector pins in there, but nothing really to worry about. The inside as well, you've got nice big for these bulkheads to be fitted in. You have got a little bit of detail down in here as well, and that's the boarding step down in there on there, so that's pretty nicely done. Down on this side, we've got the top parts, we've got the gun, and again, it's a nice mixture of raised and recessed, or we've got the fuel. This is the centerline tank or the actual diesel tank, which you can use for the Red Arrows version. The actual main floor section, if you like, and the sides, that's for the cockpit. There's not a great deal of detail down in there. We've got the instrument combing over the top. You've got your exhaust just down on there. And again, working our way around to the other fuselage half. Really nice indeed. Again, beautiful stuff right the way through on this one. But again, very nice to see raised and recessed. Today everyone just seems to do recessed details, but technically you do want to see a few of the raised ones as well where they're applicable, clearly. Okay, then we have down in here the actual wing sections. As you can see, very nice indeed, no real problem. And as I say, if we have a good look at this wing, you can see really nice panel lining details with everything that's going to go on down in there. That's quite nice right the way through. So down in here, these are your flaps, and again the bars for the flaps as well, the first bit of it, because there's like 2-stage flap system on them. As you can see, there's your gear looking right the way through. There's a bit of flash on those wheels, they're all molded in one, so that's pretty straightforward. But again, it's nice that it's got weighted wheels. Gear doors just down in here, and then obviously gear doors, we've got no ejector pins on the inside of the main ones, because obviously these ones you can see, this one is going to be hidden behind the bar, but again this one you sort of see. So again, ejector pins where are going to be a problem, the rest of them are absolutely okay. Then we got the wings, so you can see we've got the little vortex generators that maybe, as I said before, these are a little bit overdone really for the actual scale of it. You can sand them back a little bit, because I still maintain they're a little bit over the top, but generally they're on there as well. And again, you've got the cutouts for the lighting and the various bits. And then just down under here, you've got the bottom of the speed brake area. So that's what that is. And then in here is the wheel wells. So that's the main wheel wells right the way through. So again, very, very nicely done indeed. And again, one piece tails, very nice, so that's good. Again, and then on this one, it's a probably I could say a match pair, which it is. Okay, and so again, down in here we've got the seat, we've got the side walls of the seat, head boxes of the seat, and then in here on this side, this three, obviously is for the flaps up, and then obviously on this side it's for the flaps deployed, weighted wheels, as we said before, split on this half, and then we've got the exhaust, which is got some in there, but to be honest, you're not going to be seeing in there, let's face it. And then up here, we've got fuel tanks for the wings, we've got the Sidewinder rails, we've got the pylon, and then we've got a Lima mic Sidewinder down on there at the end as well. And again, as we said, we've got two for that one. Last up is the clear parts. And this is where my memory is a little bit vague, so I'm hopeful that this is going to be all right. But if I remember rightly, again, it's very hard to see. We have to do the cocktail stick challenge. I can't remember. Magnifiers. Let's have a good look. No, it's not recessed, which is a shame. It's raised. Which is a shame, because I was hoping that the actual deck cord on the top here was actually a recessed groove running right the way through, but it's not, it's raised, which is a little bit unfortunate, because I was going to say if it's actually recessed, that makes it easy. You just put in a wash or some cream paint and then scrape clean it if it's acrylic, and you're left with it all done in there. You could track it, very thin paint, touch it in there, let it track through, and away you go. But the deck cord on these things is very, very pronounced. I know there is aftermarket and various things, ways of doing it, but none of them are that good. And again, clear parts. So we've got the area, the wall between the front and rear cockpits as well. In there, that's fine. One of the only thing, and everybody always does it, but this bar system in the middle here, they've got it as raised. It makes it easier for masking, but technically it's on the inside. So again, missed a little bit of thing there, but nobody ever gets that right, so I'm not worried about it. And that's it. I've built this kit and I actually love it. It's a really nice kit. It goes together very, very well. I built it when it very first came out, and I did do it as an anniversary one in black as well. The great thing about this particular kit is all of that detail. It is this thing about it has got actually flaps that are fully deployable right out of the kit, instead of having to go down the aftermarket route and adding them afterwards. So that's very nice. But the biggest thing for me clearly is the way that this has got recessed and raised detail. Many, many times, obviously, if you're doing other versions of this kit down the back end, to make it accurate, you've got to put raised rivet detail onto it. So that means going down Archer route or something else like that for raised those on there. But this one has got them all in there right off the bat, so it makes it a very, very nice kit and a very straightforward kit to do as well. And again, fond memories of this one. It's one of those which I'll build again in a heartbeat. So there we go. That is the Hawk Mark 1, or the G1 as we know it better as, by Italeri in 1/48 scale.